A lot of us refer to each other as kings and queens. We refer to our children as princes and princesses. We all want to wear a crown. We all want to be a king. We want to be a king of our destiny. More importantly, we want to have authority over others. We want to be able to tell others what to do. We want freedom in our lives. We want to have the authority over our happiness, our peace. And the only way to do that is to be a king, to be a queen, to wear a crown. We talk about a crown, people. We talk about that gold metal encrusted with precious diamonds, precious rubies, other precious stones that are found in the ground. We're talking about we ready to wear that crown, put it on our head. 2.2 pounds is what a crown weighs. We want to wear that because we want to have some type of authority, prestige. We want to be regal. We want to sit on a throne. We want to be above anything petty. We want to be the trendsetters. We want to be financially rich. We want to be financially free. We want to be free of the bondage and tyranny of other people having control over our lives. Having control over when we choose to go on vacation. Control over what we choose to do. We want to ultimately have the control. Some of us want to finally own our own lives to be able to tell others what to do. To be able to not only control our own happiness, but others' peace. We want to wear that crown. But there's misconceptions that come with the crown, isn't it? There's a lot of misconceptions that come with the crown. Think about it, people. There's misconceptions that come with a lot of things, such as money. See, a lot of times people get money, they think that money is going to equal to freedom to them. They think that money is going to equal to power, to authority. That it allows them to control their lives. See, if I get a certain amount of money, the expectations, my status, it all changes. That if I have a certain amount of money, then I have power over other people because see, now you rely on me. I control the way you eat, the way you live. I control what you wear, how you provide for your family if I'm the one giving you money, if I'm providing you your lifestyle. There's misconceptions that come with money. Misconceptions such as people think that you change when you get money. It's really, people think you change. They think you change the way you are. See, because when you get money, people get upset when you don't give them what they think you should. You're not supporting them as much as they feel like you should. They think that you change, the status change, but the reality is it's not true. See, when you get money, money just illuminates who you truly are. Meaning, if you're a selfish person, you continue and just show to be more selfish. If you're a person who's always giving, a philanthropist, you become a bigger philanthropist. It's similar to a crown. The misconceptions is that once you become that person wearing that crown, that you actually change. That you become this power-hungry tyrant that has to control everything and everybody around you. You have to show your weight and push your weight around. The reality was you was that person before you wore the crown. You was always a bully. The crown just illuminated how much of a bully you truly are. Some people think that, you just become this nice person when you wear a crown. You're always giving. Open up the walls of the castle, allowing people in, sharing the fruits of your labor. But the reality is you was always that person because no matter whether you had $100, $100 million, or $5 in your pockets, you was always willing to give what you had. See, the crown that you're currently wearing only illuminates who you've always been. But I think I'm going off the head a little bit. Because we do refer to ourselves as kings and queens, right? We do wear a 2.2-pound crown on our heads. And we raise our kids up to be princes and princesses. One day to wear that same crown on their head. But what we don't do is, we don't not only think about the misconceptions of it, we don't think about the reality of wearing the crown. See, the reality of wearing the crown is, see, people are going to have their thoughts about you. They're going to have their beliefs about you. There's going to be people who look at you differently. So for now, I want you to pick up that crown. Pick up that crown. Even if you don't think you're a king or a queen, I want you to put that crown on your head for a minute. I want you to feel the true weight of this crown. I want you to imagine right now, for a second, you're wearing this crown, 2.2 pounds on your head. You got to hold your head up, because see, in charm school, they used to tell you, put books on your head. Tell women, keep your chin up, shoulders straight, as they walk around, because they were preparing you to wear a crown. As young men, we tell you, keep your head up. Pick your head out of your chest. because you're wearing a crown. So now I want you to pick your head up, shoulder straight. I want you to put this crown on for a second. I want you to wear it. I want you to tell me how it feels as you start to feel the weight start to bear down on your neck, on your shoulders. I want you to tell me how you feel now that everybody's criticizing you for every movement you make. They criticize you for the car you're driving. It's not good enough. Now that people criticize you because of the clothes you're wearing, the shoes you're wearing. They're criticizing the jewelry you're wearing. You think you're too much. It's not enough. They criticize you because you either got too much money or you don't got enough money. Your house ain't big enough. Your house ain't bigger than mine. Now that people criticizing every tweet, every Facebook, every picture you make it, they point out every flaw that you have. Every time you go to the store, they're watching what you pick out. They're watching what you wear. They're watching what you buy. Every moment in your life is under criticism. Every choice that you make is under criticism. Every decision that you make that's good, it's not because you made it. It's because they had some kind of part into raising you, into teaching you how to make that decision. They influence the decision. But every bad decision you make, every bad choice you make is strictly on you. How you feeling? How's your neck feeling wearing that crown? Imagine every single day you got to wear that crown when you sitting at home lounging around in your sweatpants. When you go in bed, when you in the shower, when you at work, you got to wear that crown every single day. You can't take it off. When you out in public, people you don't know, strangers judging you on who you're supposed to be. You got to respond differently now that you got that crown on. See, people taking shots at you. They pulling out their sword. They trying to chop the head off. They trying to knock the crown off your head, but you can't respond because you got to be a king. You got to be a queen. You got to be above all that's petty, right? People tweeting at you. They Facebooking you. They Instagramming you. They're making TikTok videos of you. They criticizing you all the time. They belittling you and you can't respond. You can't swing because queens don't swing, right? Kings only fight in wars, but they're above soldiers. You can't respond to the hate. You can't dig down to their level. How's that crown feeling? It's getting heavy, ain't it? I can see your head starting to lean. Your neck starting to get a little low. I see a lot of y'all adjusting that crown because the weight is getting a little too much to you. You're starting to lean to one side. You ready to take the crown off yet? Go ahead. You can take it off. I understand. The pressure around that crown is starting to get to you, isn't it? It's starting hard to not be yourself, but be what someone else wants you to be. It's starting to get hard to maintain the power that you control over other people's lives. But see, that's what you wanted, though, right? You wanted freedom. You thought that crown was going to give you freedom. You thought that money was going to give you freedom. You thought now that you're rocking that crown, that you're above everybody else. But see, you thought that now you can mistreat other people, that you're the controller of people's peace, people's happiness. What you just realized is now that you got that crown on is that the same people that you're trying to control you. Look at you going home every night. Sad, you unhappy. You just want to snatch that crown off your head and just throw it, don't you? I know, I can see it. You want to throw that crown across the room. I don't want to be a king no more. I don't want to be a queen no more. I don't want that responsibility no more. I don't want nobody criticizing me. I just want to fight that person who's sitting there keep talking dirty on me, spreading bad rumors about me. I want to respond to that person who keep tweeting at me. I'm tired of people spitting on me. I'm tired of people swinging a sword at me and I can't fight back. You want to take that crown off, don't you? See, that's the purpose of being a king and queen. That crown don't come off. You gotta wear that. And heavy is the head that wears that crown. Oh, you ain't hearing me though. See, a lot of y'all put that crown on, you go to work, and that crown to you is now you've been crowned the supervisor. You've been crowned the manager. So now that you go to work and you've been crowned that supervisor, crowned that manager, now you have control over your employees. You have control over your fellow employees. See, you ain't got no power at home because at home that crown don't exist. So when you go to work, you need to exert that power. You need to let everybody know I'm the one in charge now. I run things. I control your peace. I control your happiness. I control your money. How much you gonna get paid? How much you're not gonna get paid? I control what your family do, when they can and can't go on vacation. But that's all a misconception. That's all a misbelief. That's a misunderstanding. See, you've been wearing that crown so long, you got drunk off the power. You forgot about the weight that's bearing down on you. Truth be told, it's not about the person who's wearing the crown that I'm really talking to. I'm talking to you who refuse to put that crown on. I'm talking to you who do put the crown on thinking that it's going to open up some type of happiness, some type of peace, some type of joy in your life, that it's going to give you a certain type of freedom that you don't already feel like exists. That you feel like now that you get your king, that now because he's crowned king, that he has authority over your life. And now that you finally found that queen that you've been looking for, and now that queen has authority over your life, authority over your peace and your happiness. See, you no longer have authority over your life, over your peace and happiness, is when you start to give it to other people. And see, that's the problem with us. See, I often talk about us being philanthropists, us being giving, us having empathy for others, us sharing for others, us sharing our love, our compassion with others. But see, sometimes we just give a little too much of ourselves. And sometimes what we give is what's most precious of us, our joy, our peace, our happiness. We give power over our lives to people who don't not only deserve it, but don't understand that they ain't got power over themselves. See, we think that we're going to allow somebody to control us. See, if the person sitting there wearing the crown, that manager controls our life, controls our happiness, when the reality is they only have control over you that you have given them. You ain't hearing me though, people. You ain't hearing me because you going to work right now, or you sitting at work right now and you miserable. You unhappy sitting in that cubicle. You unhappy working on that line. You unhappy sitting at that cash register right now because you have that manager sitting there working over you who's sitting there walking around with that crown on your head. And what you feel like? You feel like you're a peasant because you ain't realized you're a king yourself. You ain't realized you're a queen yourself. See, you scared to become a king. You scared to become a queen because you worry about all the criticism, all the backlash, all the people who are going to come, because everybody knows the king, the queen must die at some point. And you're afraid of that. You're afraid of the ability to not be able to fight back. So what you have done is you have bowed down. You've taken the crown off. And you've handed your power to someone else. And you wonder why you're so unhappy. You're not unhappy because of the weight of the crown. You're not unhappy because all the stress and anxiety and pain that comes with carrying that crown around. You're unhappy because you did what we all make a mistake doing. You didn't prepare yourself to wear that crown. You don't get it yet? See, let me break it down a little slower. We all talk about wanting to be rich. We all talk about wanting to find the man, women in our lives. But we don't often put the time in to prepare ourselves for it. We talk about fear. But truthfully is the fear that we feeling deep inside of us is the feeling that we didn't prepare for this moment. It's like taking a test. When you feel anxiety and feel fear for taking a test, it's not because you don't know the answers. You're afraid that you won't know the answers. You're afraid that you didn't properly prepare. You didn't properly study for it. You're not ready for it. Because see, if you was, that fear wouldn't exist. The problem with you not wanting to wear a crown is you didn't prepare yourself. You didn't prepare your neck to control yourself. You weren't properly prepared as a princess or as a princess to wear the crown. So now that it's time for you to wear the crown, you're so easily ready to bow down and just, here, take my crown. Take over authority over my life. Take over power over my life. Take over the power of happiness, my joy. Take over my finances. Control me. Please tell me which way to go. Tell me what I can. Tell me what I can't do. Have control over me. Have control over my family happiness. Have control over my job. Have control over my future. Have control of when I can take vacation, when I can't. Please, I'm handing over all of my control to you because I can't handle control of my own future. I can't handle control of my own finances. I can't handle my own happiness, my own joy, my own peace. I can't handle it. So here, I give it all to you. And you control it. You tell me when it's okay for me to be happy. You tell me when it's okay to not be happy. When it's okay to me to take time off to spend with my children, to spend with my wife, to spend with your husband. Tell me when it's okay to do it. You tell me when I'm doing good or when I'm not doing good. Tell me. Because I'm sorry, but this crown is too heavy for me. And it's too heavy for me because I didn't strengthen my neck. I didn't strengthen my shoulders. I didn't take the time to go to charm school. I was too afraid to put those books on my head because those books were just so heavy. Keeping my shoulders straight was so heavy, I just couldn't do it. Despite my parents trying to teach me to be a king, despite my father trying to teach me to be a king, despite your mother trying to teach you to be a queen, it was just too much. So I give over all authority to you. all control of my life to you. You handing over your crown because you're fearful of what people think. Because they're criticizing you because of the car you drive, how much money you have, the house you live in. Because they're criticizing you, watching what you buy, what you eat, what you wear. That's why you're just going to hand over your peace, your authority. You telling me right now, you sitting there right now in your job, you sitting there right now watching me, and you happy? No, look at me. Are you truly happy feeling the pain, the anger, the anxiety, the stress that you feel on a daily basis? Are you good with working for a weekend? Are you good with worrying about what somebody feel about you? Are you good with them controlling you? You comfortable with it? You alright? You okay with somebody at work telling you and talking to you like you their child? You okay with them telling you you're doing a bad job, you're not doing enough? You okay with somebody telling you you can't take vacation, you can't take your child to the doctors? You can't be there for their graduation? You okay with making millions of dollars for a person while they paying you pennies? You okay with that? You okay with somebody else controlling your peace? That when you wake up in the morning, when you walk out that door, or when you step in the door to your home, you okay with somebody else controlling your peace, controlling when you eat, when you sleep? You okay with somebody controlling what you wear, what you think, what you say, what you do, how you feel? Are you okay with that? Don't tell me no, I'm not, because you showing me you okay with it when you do this right here. When you take this crown off your head and you handing it over to somebody else, saying, here, you take it because it's too heavy, rather than strengthening yourself, get in that gym, fighting back so you're strong enough to carry that crown. So instead you handing it to someone, you put it back on your head. You ain't feeling me. Because you see, you sitting at this job like this is the only job that's out here for you. Like your resume is not capable, and your abilities and skills is not capable of finding a job that better suits you, that you want to do. Because see, right now, you working at the register at McDonald's, but truthfully, you want to be a clothing designer, but you can't be it because somebody else is wearing a crown telling you what you can't do. They're controlling your life. You better be careful. Will Smith said this. Check out your last 5 text messages and tell me what type of influence somebody's putting into your life. What type of energy is put people in your life. You right now, I'm taking Will Smith advice. Check your last 5 text messages. Tell me what type of life are people speaking to you? What are your friends telling you? What are your family telling you? Are they speaking life into you or are they speaking death into you? Are you wearing the crown in your life or are they wearing the crown? What type of life are they speaking to you? What type of life is your boss speaking to you? When you had that last meeting where they sit there and talk to you about how you're doing, how you been, what type of year you having, what type of life are they speaking into you? When they ask you your career goals, when they ask you where are you going to be in next 5 years, do you know where you're going to be at the next 5 years? Are you afraid to speak up? What type of life and influence? You sit at the register, you want to be a clothing designer, but right now, the last 5 text messages that sent to you was telling you opposite, that you better stay there. Because see, being a clothing designer, it's like putting that crown on right there. It's like putting that crown on your head. It's gonna come with weight. See, now you gotta earn your own type of money. Now you gotta step out on your own. Now you gotta be responsible for yourself. See, there's no steady paycheck in that. You gotta actually get up every day and work to make your money if you wanna be a business owner. What they telling you? They telling you, no, take that crown off. Give that crown to someone else because heavy is the head that wear the crown. They ain't sitting here telling you like, yo, you built for this. You were built for this. You were born a king. You was born a queen. So you are capable of owning your own business. You are being more than capable of managing and maintaining your own finances. You are capable of creating a steady stream of income. You are capable of achieving freedom, happiness, and peace. You are also capable of creating an opportunity for others to come and to have peace and happiness and build on their lives to help teach and influence future kings and queens. Oh my gosh, I don't think y'all hearing me right now. Because some of y'all sit right now in offices. Y'all sit right now in cubicles. Right now. Sitting there writing up reports. Sitting there working off a spreadsheet. And you are so damn unhappy. Because right now you sitting there doing that. And that's not what you want to be. You want to be a music You want to do music. You want to be an actor. You want to be a movie director. You want to be a podcaster. You want to be an owner of your own company. You want to be a CEO of the insurance company, not working at the insurance company. You don't want to be the person working at the hospital. You want to be the person running the hospital right now. But check your last 5 emails. Check your last 5 text messages. Who's truly wearing the crown in your life right now, people? Who's wearing that crown? Because it ain't you. It ain't you. Because them last 5 text messages, they telling you that you don't want to be you can't manage no hospital. Look at you barely making it through his spreadsheet. You can't sit here and own your own business. You can't own your own insurance companies. You can't even get that many sales under your own belt. They sitting there beating you down. They sitting there telling you that you can't be capable of wearing your own crown because you know what? You're not capable of wearing that weight. That 2.2 pounds is a little too much for you. You ain't ready to be a king. Man, they send you to the doctors right now saying, listen, it's preposterous that you really believe that you're capable of being a king or a queen. That you think that you're honestly capable of sitting there having your own peace. That you're able to be in control of your own happiness, control of your own finances. You seriously think on your own that you really can stop feeling anxiety, stress, worry without any assistance? Man, here, take these 2 pills right here because you need to get right. Take this these Xanaxes, take these Ambiens, because you need to go home and get some rest because you're starting to talk crazy right now to actually believe that you can be a clothing designer. You sit here thinking that you can be Ralph Lauren? Oh, you think that you can be Martin Luther King? You think you can be Malcolm X? You think you can be the next President Obama? You really think you can be the next CEO of Amazon? Yahoo? Google? You think you can create the next app? Man, give me that crown that's on your head because you can't wear that. Those are those arrows that's shooting at that crown on your head. Those swords that's trying to chop off your head right now. See, there's a way to fight back. Who said you can't fight back against attacks? Who said you can't fight back? Because see, in ancient times, the kings didn't sit on the throne and send their soldiers out to battle. They went to go battle with their soldiers. So who told you you can't? I told you, people, there's a misconception that comes with wearing the crown, and you bought into it. You drunk the Kool-Aid. Who was it, Jim Jones, the cult leader that had his whole freaking union drink that suicidal Kool-Aid? Y'all sitting there drinking that Kool-Aid. Because y'all so willing to hand over the crown to your happiness, your peace, your joy. Y'all so willing to hand it over because you're so fearful that you can't create your own peace and happiness. That you can't create future kings and queens. And I ain't talking about the ones that's coming out of your stomach. I ain't talking about the ones that you give birth to. I'm talking about the ones who follow you. Because see, they only follow you for a short time because you're teaching them how you became a queen, how you became a king, how you learned to strengthen your neck. How you create an opportunity to have peace, joy, happiness. You speaking life into them. You send them the last 5 emails are from you saying, yo, I know right now you're starting to cast in doubt over getting your dreams. I know you failed the last couple times that you tried to create that t-shirt business. I know that even though you made that dress, it didn't work out. I know you're having a rough start right now and you don't know how you're going to pay the rent on that insurance business that you created and you're having a hard time with your cold sales, building clientele. But I also know that in time you're going to build it because you're built for this. You're built for this opportunity because if you wasn't built for it, you wouldn't be sitting on the throne that you're sitting on right now. You built to wear that crown. You built to keep that head up. So no matter what someone try to tell you, no matter how many times someone try to tell you sink your chin into your chest, you keep your head held high. You remember what you was taught in charm school. You remember what your family taught you. You keep your head held high and you ignore the ignorance of people who thinking they have power of you. I know that manager right now think they control you working from home. I know that manager thinks they control when you take vacation, when you take your children to the doctors. I know that manager thinks they control when you spend time with your family, when you go on vacation, how much money you make. But let me tell you something, people. Let me look you in your eyes and I'm going to ask you to please, pardon my French, but they don't control shit in your life. You control it. And the only authority that anybody has in your life is the authority that you give to them. I'm being real with you, people. I know some of y'all don't believe in God. I know some of y'all out there that don't believe y'all believe in God, but we'll get to that on the next episode. But God said he'll never forsake you. He'll never leave you, that only you can forsake him. He'll supply you all your heart's needs. See, and deep inside you right now, you have all the tools, all the weapons, everything you need to build that castle that you want to live in. I know right now you're looking at me like, but I only got $10 in my pocket. Yo, you'll be surprised what you can do with $10. You'll be surprised what you can do with $10. I know a lot of y'all say, yo, I want to start my business, but I don't got the money to start my business. You'll be surprised at what you got. I know a lot of y'all saying, but I don't have the support of my family and friends. Let me tell you something about that real quick. I got to get ready to go, so I'm going to make this real quick. A lot of you are not going to see the support of your family until you lying on the back in the casket, and that's when you're going to truly see how many people love you. Because it's not until you lying on your back in the casket or you're going to truly see how many people love you. Because they're not going to support you while you're on your feet. They only gonna come to you wearing rest in peace t-shirts, putting up tweets and messages talking about how much they miss you when you lying on your back, because they don't want to see you on your feet, because they feel like they have a crown, have presence, have power over your life. They're afraid of you. They're afraid of authority. They're afraid of the king, the queen that lives inside you. So you need to stop worrying about who doesn't support you and start focusing on who supports you. And the number one person you need to focus on that's who supporting you is you. Let me tell you something, people. It's time to take back that crown. I see a lot of y'all was holding this crown in front of y'all saying, here, take my peace, take my happiness, take my joy, take my life, take my children's life. It's time for y'all to take that crown back. It's time for y'all to put that crown on the back of your heads. Pick your head up. Be strong. Strengthen your neck. You have the capability to let go, to walk away from that job, to move on. If that manager doesn't support you, don't love you, don't influence you, don't try to speak life into you, then they're speaking death in you, and you need to remove yourself from them. If you got friends, family members who are speaking death and not life into you, then you need to walk away from them. If you watching, if you listen to something right now that's not speaking life into you, it's speaking death into you. You need to pick up that crown. You are strong enough to wear that crown on your head. The head that weighs the crown is heavy. But it don't mean that you can't do it. There's misconceptions that come with a crown, and there's a bigger misconception that comes with you. You have the capability of being strong and capability of creating wealth and happiness and joy and peace because you do it every day, or that job wouldn't be paying you and wouldn't keep you there. There's a reason they're keeping you on the payroll. It's because you are a creator of wealth. So use that creation to create happiness, peace, and continue to create wealth into your life. I want to thank you for joining me for another episode of Past to Present Podcast. I'm your host, Alan the Great. And until next time I see you people, stay tuned, stay safe, stay motivated, and stay influenced. Stay woke. Peace.